Listen up, Cougar fans, wherever you are. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette next to Big Creek is the place to go for all things Cougar. T-shirts, caps, jackets, and much more. If it's Cougars, it's at Birch Screen Printing, 423-562-3044. Need T-shirts or caps or polos for your business, special event, or church function? Birch is the business to call. Lettering, screen printing, and especially for all things Cougar. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Now talk a little bit about the personal trainers. How good are they down here?
They're very great. We love Howard. He's very good with people. He always has people in here. He's working with them really well. They're seeing results. He's one of the best that we have, I would say.
So now, would you guys recommend your friends to come to Castleton as opposed?
Absolutely. We got a lot of friends who actually have started coming here, and I would recommend this gym for any other gym in the fall.
Families work out nowadays. Is this a good family?
Yes, it's very family oriented. They have places for the kids to play in the back if they're coming in while the parents are working out.
Right.
And it's very family oriented. There's things for everyone to do.
Hello folks, this is Robert again from your Sears Hometown store. If you're having trouble tossing and turning in bed, or having a backache, or your partner wakes you up when they come to bed, we can solve your problem with our Sealy Posturepedic mattresses or other name brand mattresses at your Sears Hometown store. So come on down to your Sears Hometown store and get some rest for your eyeballs with one of our Sealy or other fine mattresses.
Just look for the parking lot full of cars. Yep, that's Charlie's Pizza.
Hey, this is Joey Fortnite from the world's famous Charlie's Pizza. Come down and see us.
First dates, starting with friends, celebrations, a break from work, whatever your excuse for stopping by Charlie's Pizza, everyone understands. Because we all love Charlie's for pizza, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and lots more. What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza specialty? What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza memory? It's the worst kept secret around. It's Charlie's Pizza in Jacksboro. See you there.
Hello, welcome to the Hometown Sears studio. My name is Les Martin, along with Matt Bowens, also with our executive producer, Miss Honeybee. Before we get started, I've got to say welcome and thank you for sitting in.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite.
No problem. Hopefully you can do it Thursday night as well.
We'll see.
Anyway, before I get started, of course, I've got to talk to you a little bit about our sponsors. First and foremost, your Hometown Sears store, Food City Center, Woodlands Mall. Their phone number is 562-7700 for anything and everything you need inside or outside of your home. Go down to your Sears store at the Hometown Sears store in Food City Center, Woodlands Mall. Their phone number is 562-7700. Also, we want to say thank you to Charlie's Pizza, often imitated, never duplicated. For 38 long years, they've been doing pizza the way they should be, and that's making it good for us. They also have a lot of different things in there as well. They have chicken, plain old chicken with mushrooms and cheese on it. Chili, Philly cheesesteak, you name it.
Great soup, chili.
Yeah. Soup, chili.
Steak every once in a while.
Yes. Family calling Just Sports, you on the air.
Hey.
How are you, Miss Kay?
Fine, how you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing fantastic, actually. Sorry I missed last week, but I was kind of, we had some technical difficulties last Thursday, so we were just kind of, you know.
Okay.
What's that?
It's okay. Sunday, me and my husband went over there to see my mom's place and everything. And everything, not crying and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. What have you been doing besides that? Let me ask you that. I'm kind of sidetracked here because I was right in the middle of my sponsors, but go ahead. We're going to talk to you anyway.
I just hang around.
Well, good. You know what May 4th is?
May 4th?
Yes, May 4th.
Football?
Football, absolutely. Spring training, May 4th for the Campbell County Cougars. And we've got we've got some Cougar news. We got some baseball news tonight. We also have some high school fishing. Maybe Gabe King will call in later in the show tonight. We've got baseball Cougars, football Cougars, you name it. We've got a little bit of everything tonight.
Is Brent back?
Nope, Brent's not back. I've got Matt with me tonight, Matt Bowens.
Oh, hi,
Howdy.
how you guys?
We're good. We're fantastic.
Doing great.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. I've got to get back to my sponsors. Who's your favorite team?
Go Cougar.
We'll see you Thursday.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Also, for Charlie's Pizza, their phone number is 562-0116, 562-0116. Also, we want to say thank you to Castleton's Fitness. Step into Castleton, step out a brand new you. Their phone number is 423-566-1393. They have a registered nurse on staff. They have CrossFit, Zumba, kickboxing. That's included, folks. That is included in your membership. That is nothing extra. That is included in your membership. It's a great place. Over 14,000 square feet of gym that you can go and work out and enjoy yourself. Turn your belly into a six-pack, or any muscle that you've got that you want to do some adjusting to. They've got the machines and the know-how to do it.
I heard that he's having a karate class start up.
And I have heard that in the past, but I don't know for sure
It's
yet.
advertised on their
screen?
Yeah.
Well, see there, karate, now they're bringing karate in, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to know karate.
There we go.
You never know. You never can tell when you get in and you get into a football game and a fight breaks out.
That'd be the place to use it.
Yeah.
You got all the gear to protect yourself.
Yep. Also, we want to say thank you to Bird Screen Printing, downtown La Follette beside the Birds Memorial Bridge. Their phone number is 562-3044, 562-3044. The sign you see behind us, the windbreaker that I have on, it doesn't really matter. They can do anything that you need. Cougar paraphernalia, they've got it, folks. And it's getting that time. And I wished, and now I've got my sponsors done, I wish that the other sports carried as much enthusiasm. And maybe I shouldn't say this now, but I wish the other sports like the basketball, the baseball, the softball, the track, all the high school Cougar sports had as much enthusiasm that followed that program like the football program did.
It's one of those things that you don't see a lot of kids get into baseball or your soccer and everything, but they do so well. And I mean, these kids are out there. We gotta support them all. Everybody needs to go support them all.
Well, Campbell County Cougars played at Anderson County tonight, and of course, the baseball team, they lost to Oak Ridge. It was in the tournament, the district tournament. They lost by a score of 6-0. They had one hit. It was a one-hit shutout by Oak Ridge pitcher and the Oak Ridge baseball team. Campbell County went 11-18. They won 11 baseball games. Coach Mays, of course, it being his first year, it's tough being your first year. And Coach Miracle as well. He was on the squad also. And I'm forgetting the other coach, and I'm sorry, it slips my mind. But one of those situations is like this. You've got some seniors that's probably had 2, maybe 3 coaches in their 4 years. I think it was maybe Collette, maybe Browning. I think it was Browning then, and then after Browning it was Coach Mays.
Yeah.
If my memory serves me correct. And it's tough to play for 3 different coaches. And you know the kids has got to love baseball to go through that many changes. It's not the coach's fault. Trust me, it's not. Is it the administrator's fault? Who knows? The bottom line is, Coach Browning stepped away because his kids was getting older. He made the right choice.
Yeah.
Coach Mays took the job. Coach Collette was here for, I think, 4 years, and he left to take the Clinton job. And let's face it, is Clinton a much better job than Campbell County?
Well, in my opinion, I see Campbell County being the best, but overall, I mean,
with Clinton being closer to Knoxville is the reason why I say that.
Yeah.
But Campbell County did pretty well this year. They went 11-18. They didn't have a winning record, but still yet, these kids played extremely hard, played extremely well. And it's one of those situations to where we need to go out and support them. And they had some fans to follow them tonight at Anderson County to play in the tournament. And that you could have heard that game live on WLAF as well. But tough loss. They was hoping to come out on top. They had some games where they came back from behind and they won some games, but the bats just couldn't get tuned up tonight.
It's one of those things. If you're facing a good pitcher. I mean, I know I went last year to a Halls game, just stopping in on our way back from, I forgot where we was going. We might have went to the mall, stopped in at the new Walmart over there, and we decided to stop over at Halls and watch part of a baseball game. And there's a pitcher over there that's unbelievable. I forgot who they's playing, but just talking to the people that was in the stands, I mean, this kid was like already being wanted by colleges, and he was a sophomore, so.
Yeah. And that was this year?
No, it was last year.
Last year?
I got some friends that still live in Halls, and that's the only reason I stopped over there and just talking to people over there. It's amazing what kids can do. That's a sport to get into if you want to get college recruited.
Yeah. The bad thing about college baseball is you don't get a full ride, you get a partial ride, and then of course you have to come up with the rest of it. And there's other grants out there as well that makes it a lot easier for kids to go play baseball in college. It ain't like a full ride with basketball or football, which makes it a huge difference.
Yeah.
I think it makes it an unfair advantage, just to be perfectly honest with you. So here I am wanting everybody to follow all the Cougar sports like they follow with the enthusiasm as they do football. Let's face it, they don't follow it like that at college.
No.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's a primary sport is basketball and football at colleges and at high schools.
Yeah, I went to a UT baseball game and there wasn't that many fans there.
No. Also, Campbell County football spring practice starts May 4th. Hopefully we'll have Coach Price on here. If not on here, maybe he can call in a couple of times through spring practice. I'll hopefully get a schedule from Josh Parker, the commish, to where we can keep you guys informed. But spring practice starts May the 4th. Also, Trevor St. John. This kid is remarkable. There was 2 kids from the state of Tennessee that made it to the Bassmasters All-State team. And I had it pulled up here. It's the qualifiers chosen for the Bassmaster High School Bassmasters All-State. Jake Lee was one, and Trevor St. John from right here in the Campbell County area. Trevor St. John made it as well. And that is remarkable for a young man like that to be in a situation to where he gets to go to the Bassmasters All-State High School.
Yeah, they didn't have that 5-10 years ago. You know, high school fishing wasn't relevant to Campbell County.
Right.
We have one of the best lakes that you could possibly fish on.
If you know how to fish it.
Well, that's true.
I take my son quite a bit, and we don't catch a lot of fish. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you.
That sounds like me.
But we enjoy going, and that's all that matters. Also, for those that's kind of wondering, Tennessee landed a 3-star to Daryl Marshall today, 2016. Also on Saturday at the spring game, where there was 63,000 folks, Broderius Ham also committed to the University of Tennessee for 2016. Now, I've got a question. Here's one of these guys, but Butch Jones has went and talked to an 8th grader.
Oh,
is that too young?
It is too young.
Now, if that was Florida, how would you feel? Would you feel the same way?
No. Wait till you get sophomore is at minimum, talking to somebody if they can do it, but wait till they get junior and seniors and then start talking to them.
This kid is 6'1", 194 pounds.
I saw that.
In 8th grade.
I think it's way too young.
It's Owen Popole. I don't know exactly where he's from. I can tell you here in just a second, but he's one of these kids. If he's in the 8th grade, they're going to recruit him as an athlete, but he's 6'1", 194 pound kid, and he looks like he's from Pennsylvania somewhere. But my question to you is this. He's supposed to be expected to be one of the top players in 2019 class, but there's no telling how much he'll grow, what position he'll play, or what may happen in the four years between now and the time he finishes high school. He could be an offensive lineman for all we know.
Gain that weight.
I mean, he's 6'1". He's only in 8th grade. He could grow to 6'8", 6'9".
He could be nothing but a defensive player, and they can't even use him. I mean,
right?
Wow.
Why
The
offer
kid did
now?
say that was his dream offer, so I think that's one of the reasons that it kind of made the big news. That
He's from Loganville, Georgia. I'm sorry, I said Pennsylvania. He's from Loganville, Georgia. I don't quite understand. It's a situation I don't agree with it. I don't care. I am a diehard Tennessee ball fan, but I disagree with it completely. If it was the Gators, if it was Alabama, of course Alabama did offer an 8th grader, and I kicked on it as well.
that.
But the bottom line is, I think Butch Jones is probably stepping way outside the boundaries. I like Butch Jones. I always have, even since day one that he's got here. Some folks didn't like him simply because of the fact of him being from Cincinnati, and the only game, one of the only games that that other coach we had, I don't even want to say his name.
I can't even remember his name. That guy.
Yeah, that guy. He coaches for Dallas right now.
Yeah, whatever.
So he's wide receivers coach. But anyway, I can see his face and know his name, but I just can't think of it right now. But anyway, that was the only one of the teams that he beat was Butch Jones in Cincinnati. And of course, Butch Jones comes to UT, and now all of a sudden he's got all this excitement going on. But an 8th grade kid, I think that's way outside the boundaries. Way outside the boundaries.
Yeah.
Now, we've got a lot of stuff that's coming up. We've got preseason college football rankings. It's already out. There's 8 teams in the Southeastern. Yeah, there's 8 teams in the Southeastern Conference that's rated in the top 25. Is it too early to rank them right after the spring games?
Yeah, you don't have to wait till I wouldn't even have a rating out there that you can actually mean something, because of the spring games. That ain't saying nothing. You're out there competing against each other. You're not competing against anybody else. Let's wait before the first game goes, and then let's rate them in.
Well, I know that, and it's unfortunate, but the Florida Gators did not make that list, and I'm not saying that to throw anything at you.
Okay.
Throw any digs at you, anything like that.
They're down.
They're down. Is it because of Jim McElwain being the new coach and maybe what they come off of this past couple of years?
Well, I've seen that a lot of people are saying that they're going to have a worse season than what they did last year. But
yeah.
If they can get maybe 7 wins, they'll be doing Florida proud because of what happened last year. But
right.
I mean, a lot of people are saying they won't even make 6-6. So
Boise State's number 25, of course. I'll run these down real quick. Georgia Tech is 24, Nebraska's 23, LSU's 22, Oklahoma State's 21st, Arizona's number 20, number 19 Texas A&M, number 18 Arkansas, 17 Oklahoma. There's 17 Oklahoma. Tennessee is rated above Oklahoma. Is that good or bad?
That is good for Tennessee, because from what I heard on the ESPN, I forgot the guy that even said it. He was doing some of the SEC teams. He predicted Tennessee to win that game
against Oklahoma.
Yes,
and
so that's a pretty hard game right there.
Yeah. Number 16, Florida State. Number 15 is Tennessee. That's where Tennessee comes ranked in at. 14, Arizona State. 13 is Georgia. That's surprising to me. Georgia being number 13 overall. Clemson at number 12. Ole Miss at 11, number 10 UCLA, number 9 Auburn. It's going to surprise you who the number 1 team is. Number 8 is Oregon, number 7 Notre Dame, number 6 USC, number 5 Alabama, 4 is TCU, which I think got cheated out of the playoff last year. Number 3 Michigan State, which is very surprising as well. Baylor, number 2, and of course they've got Ohio State at number 1.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I don't know how they come up with those rankings. But the bottom line is the fact that Tennessee's in the top 15. If Tennessee, much like Florida, for example, if we were sitting in Tallahassee, Florida right now doing this show, and we were talking about the Gators, is being 15 putting too much expectations out on the Tennessee Vols?
Well, I mean, I'll just tell you straight up, I'm not a Tennessee fan.
I understand that.
But for me, just being in Tennessee, I'll cheer for Tennessee as long as they're not playing my two teams.
And your two teams is Kentucky and Florida.
Yeah, but they're giving Tennessee a little bit too much hype.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, if I was gonna rate them, they'd be 20 or up. But I mean, they've put all this on them, saying that they got the recruiting class and what they did last year, they're gonna be doing better. And I don't think they're gonna do what they did last year until it comes up to be next year, the juniors. And them juniors and seniors is what's going to make a difference for Tennessee.
If they hang around.
Yeah.
I certainly hope they do. I mean, let's face it, they started out 23 freshmen last year. They're going to have 23 sophomores this year that's going to be playing, hopefully. And hopefully they're going to sprinkle in a few freshmen here and there, some juniors and some seniors. I look for Tennessee to be extremely good this year, although I'm reluctant to say they're number 15 in the country. I just don't want to feel like that I bought into what Ms. Jones is talking about, but I just don't know if I'm going to be a top 15 kind of guy right now.
Yeah, they're going to be surprised when if they beat Oklahoma, of course, I think that'll bump them up a little bit because of, how it is, but, not in the ratings, but
right.
Get the morale up, but I just do not see them going against some of the SEC teams and making a difference.
Do you think Tennessee beats Florida?
Yes, I hate it. I do. Florida's down. They've lost so much. I hope Florida does beat them, but I think Tennessee will pull that win out. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, that's at Tennessee.
Is it at Tennessee?
No, it's at Florida. It's at Florida. I went to the Tennessee game last year.
Yeah, I thought it was at Florida.
It's at Florida. I think the upset comes in, but I think Tennessee gets beat by some unsurprising teams.
That's very. So you think Tennessee gets beat by what?
I think Tennessee will get beat by some unexpected teams. I don't think Vandy's a team to beat them, but this year Kentucky will beat them.
Really?
I think so. They have a stud at quarterback, got defensive line, so I just think.
So you're picking Kentucky to beat the Vols?
Yes. Everybody hates me because of it.
Wow. Well, I don't hate you. You're supposed to hate me, but I find that hard to believe, but okay. All right, let's talk about and I'm going to skip around here for just a second because I want to talk about a little bit about the NFL draft. We've got a lot of stuff we got to talk about. We're going to be talking about hopefully Trevor St. John. We're going to talk about this young man some more when Gabe King calls in. He had a softball game tonight. Hopefully he can call in when he gets finished. We're also going to be talking about the coaches from the SEC, and the ACC cannot speak at any of the Jim Harbaugh's camps, and I'll tell you the reason why. Top 5 Vols quarterbacks of all time, 5 takeaways from the orange and white game. We're going to talk about Shane Ray Rice, the NFL draft, and not to mention we've got a lot to talk about the Tennessee Volunteers basketball program as well. Here's what I don't understand. You're not a Gator basketball fan. You're a Kentucky.
I'm cheer for Kentucky over Florida football too, but right. Kentucky, they made a bowl game the last however many years it was. It's hard to even keep up with that. I think it's one bowl game and however many years they did, but I go for Florida basketball as well.
Right.
They've had some studs come out.
But Kentucky's where's your heart? Where's your heart at?
That's where I was born. So
where was you born at in Kentucky?
Pikeville.
Pikeville, Kentucky. I thought the University of Pikeville.
Yeah.
Wow, Pikeville, Kentucky. And how long did you live up there?
I've been down here since I was 6. So
okay,
so you're there quite a bit.
So he's an implant.
Yeah.
He should be a Tennessee Vol fan by now.
No.
But anyway, all right. That's just a few things. Rick Barnes, I was kind of concerned a little bit about Rick Barnes, and we'll get into that here momentarily here in a few minutes. But the NFL draft, I see you've got some top-rated SEC players in the draft, and I understand where they're going to go, but some of those I have to disagree with. For example, the top 2. So go ahead. And let's talk about your top 10 Southeastern Conference players and where they rank at and where they're suggested or predicted to go in the draft.
Well, Dante Flower Jr. from Florida, outside linebacker. He was a stud at Florida. He proved that defense, that's the only thing defensive-wise they, stuck with. but I think he's one player that could go easy top 5. They projected him in the to go third to Jacksonville.
In round 1 and pick 3 to go to Jacksonville, Dante Fowler Jr.
But after doing a little bit, looking around, he might fall down and Amari Cooper step up. And Amari Cooper's projected to go number 5 in the first round.
To who?
To the Washington Redskins. But I think because they're changing quarterbacks there, I do not think that Robert Griffin Jr., I think it's done, it's over with. I think that's, everybody, he might be there in the preseason, but after the preseason, I think he's done. I don't think he'll be the starting quarterback. But the Alvin, they call him Bud, Alvin Dupree from Kentucky, he's a sleeper. I think he's a defensive end that he's a monster.
He's pretty impressive.
He was.
I mean, you put him on the Tennessee volunteer team, or you put him on a Florida State team, or an Ohio State team. It's a different type of player. He would certainly be in a situation to where he would probably get more hype and more press. Would you agree or disagree?
I agree completely. If you put him on Alabama, because of what Alabama does, Alabama could be. They probably would have won the national championship. I'm not saying one player makes a difference, but one player stepping into a position, whoever knows that position could have switched over and made him better than something else. But, this guy is one stud that's unbelievable. Shane Ray, they had him projected, 4th or 5th overall in the SEC, but I think this guy's going to drop out now. So, as you was telling me earlier, he might fall out.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about Shane Ray. And you know this as well as I do, but the folks that's listening and folks that's watching, Shane Ray's stock plummets. They're already talking that he could fall all the way to round 4, all because, and I say all because, I'm not blowing this off as something simple or minor. It's not minor. It's not simple. It's the fact that this guy was probably in the top 5. My personal opinion, top 5 player to be picked in round 1. And now, just a few weeks ago, stories about the Missouri pass rusher were routinely calling him a potential top 5. Now, guess what? His stock drops. He's probably going to be somewhere, they say in the 4th round. I don't know if he'll drop as far as the 4th round. But I know that here's one thing. They're saying on Mike and Mike show on ESPN that he'll be dropping to the 3rd or 4th round now. But they know for sure that he'll be dropping out of the 1st round. I don't know. They say I don't see any way he's going to be in the 1st round. And how devastating is that? Because when you go from round 1 to you go to round 2, the money difference is huge.
It is. You're guaranteed so much money each round. It's just like the NBA draft. You get them first 13 picks, you're doing good. But NFL, you go from making millions to, just triple figures, and you're looking a couple $100,000. It's a big drop.
Shane Ray will likely lose many millions of dollars in the last few weeks just over the fact of his potential recent run-in with the marijuana citation. Here's the situation. The bottom line is this. He shouldn't have been messing with marijuana to begin with. It's too close. Why can you not lay it down, leave it alone? You know you're going to be drug tested. You know you're going through the combines. You just came out of the combines. You're getting ready to go to New York, where they're going to have the draft at on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. You've got just a couple of days to wait, and then you blow it with the situation of getting caught with marijuana. I don't understand it. That's like Von Pearson. Von Pearson gets in trouble for, when I say an alleged rape. Butch Jones has suspended him from all team activities, which I think is a great thing. I think they ought to kick him off the team, kick Von Pearson off the team altogether, period. Even before, and I'll tell you the reason why I feel this strong. Even before the investigation continues or is completed, I think they ought to kick him off the team simply because of, I think Butch Jones, with this happening to two players last year, one of them being the middle linebacker, I don't even remember his name because of what he did to me, was just crazy. Von Pearson should be kicked off the team. I think he should set an example. You ever heard the old saying, the old adage, shoot one and the rest will follow? If you shoot this one and kick him off the team, regardless whether he's guilty or not guilty, you don't ever put yourself in that type of position.
You have to make that example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After Shane Ray, who else have you got?
Todd Gurley, from Georgia, the running back. I actually think he's gonna drop to maybe being the third overall running back. There's a couple running backs that a couple other people has been talking about, but who knows? I mean, the Wisconsin and Nebraska running back both might go before he does. But then again, the Giants could step up and get him early. So
there was something in the situation I seen on TV the other day that there was a team that was really liking Todd Gurley.
I think it was the Giants.
Was it the Giants?
If I'm not mistaken, it was the Giants. Now, Dallas, I think they'll get AP. I think something will happen and AP is going to stay there. I think AP's there. The Ray Rice, who knows where he'll go. There's a couple teams that's been talking. But I think Todd Gurley's going to go to a team that no one expects. Somebody's going to pick him up early. But I don't see him being as good as two of the other running backs. If I'm not mistaken, Melvin Gordon from Wisconsin.
Right.
He was a stud all year long.
Right.
I mean, that's just a running back that I thought was impressive. And I forgot the Nebraska's their running back's name. I don't have it wrote down or anything, but he did good overall. But that's just one person that I see going early. Could be Todd Gurley as a surprise.
All right, folks, we're going to step away for a short commercial break. You're watching Just Sports on WLAF Sports Network.
Listen up, Cougar fans, wherever you are. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette next to Big Creek is the place to go for all things Cougar. T-shirts, caps, jackets, and much more. If it's Cougars, it's at Birch Screen Printing, 423-562-3044. Need T-shirts or caps or polos for your business, special event, or church function? Birch is the business to call. Lettering, screen printing, and especially for all things Cougar. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette.
Now, talk a little bit about the personal trainers. How good are they down here?
They're very great. We love Howard. He's very good with people. He always has people in here. He's working with them really well. They're seeing results. He's one of the best that we have, I would say.
So now, would you guys recommend your friends to come to Castleton as opposed to?
Absolutely. We got a lot of friends who actually have started coming here, and I would recommend this gym for any other gym in the Follette.
Families work out nowadays. Is this a good family?
Yes, it's very family oriented. They have places for the kids to play in the back if they're coming in while the parents are working out.
Right.
And it's very family oriented. There's things for everyone to do, really.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Folks, this is Robert again from your Sears hometown store. If you're having trouble tossing and turning in bed, or having a backache, or your partner wakes you up when they come to bed, we can solve your problem with our Sealy Posturepedic mattresses or other name brand mattresses at your Sears hometown store. So come on down to your Sears hometown store and get some rest for your eyeballs with one of our Sealy or other fine mattresses.
Just look for the parking lot full of cars. Yep, that's Charlie's Pizza.
Hey, this is Joey Fortnite, the world famous Charlie's Pizza. Come down and see us.
First dates, riding with friends, celebrations, a break from work, whatever your excuse for stopping by Charlie's Pizza, everyone understands. Because we all love Charlie's for pizza, pastas, sandwiches, salads, and lots more. What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza specialty? What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza memory? It's the worst kept secret around. It's Charlie's Pizza in Jacksboro. See you there.
Welcome back to the Tuesday night edition of Just Sports. My name is Les Martin, along with Matthew Bowens, or Matt Bowens, ever how you prefer. What would you prefer, Matt?
Matt's fine.
Matt's fine. Okay. Along with our executive producer, as always on Tuesday night, Miss Honeybee. Great show so far. Talking about the NFL draft, talking about some volunteer football. We're going to be talking about some basketball as well. College basketball for some of your things that you've got over here, and also the NBA draft, and also the NBA playoffs. So let's finish talking about the Southeastern Conference players. We've run down the top 5, and that was Dante Fowler Jr. He's going to go first. Amari Cooper, not first overall. I'm just talking about first out of the Southeastern Conference players. Amari Cooper, I find that, I don't know. Dante Fowler is a good linebacker, but how can you pass up on an Amari Cooper?
That's team needs.
Team needs. Alvin Dupree, Shane Ray, and Todd Gurley. Now, for our next pick, there's a little bit of controversy going on around this next pick. This guy, go ahead and tells us who's the next pick.
I don't even know how he wants to pronounce his first name. La'el Collins.
La'el Collins?
Yeah, La'el, or however you want to pronounce it, from LSU, offensive tackle. I didn't even look at him. After I saw a couple other people that was rated higher than him, I don't even know if he's going to be in the top 25. But, I mean, they got him rated pretty high. But, I mean, I think DJ Humphries from Florida will be in the top 15. I know they got him 25, but DJ Humphries, he not only was I think he was the first team for SEC of last year, not this year, if I'm not mistaken. But I just think sometimes you can prove, a person wrong by showing it at the combine. But this kid was awesome at the combine. DJ Humphries was a stud. I don't know that much about the Collins kid. I haven't looked at him or anything, but I've not heard anything bad about him.
Well, La'el Collins is an offensive tackle from LSU. His girlfriend, which was carrying a baby, got shot and killed. They were wanting to question him. They are saying that he is not a suspect. It's not one of those situations, so I don't want to paint this kid a black eye. But it's still a situation to where is his mind where it needs to be, probably with his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend or whatever the case may be. She was shot in Baton Rouge just a couple of nights ago. But I think he's a good enough offensive tackle. I think DJ Humphries is another good offensive tackle from Florida as well. I mean, Florida's turned out a lot of offensive tackles, have they not? A lot of offensive linemen over the last.
The linemen, yeah.
Let's see, Pouncey is one of them that you can remember.
He's a monster, and if I'm not mistaken,
he's playing for Miami now.
Yeah, he's playing. He went to Miami, and he's one person that a lot of people was trying to get. So I think that just proves that if you go to Florida, if you're an offensive line, it's just like going to Tennessee. If you're a wide receiver, they recruit. Tennessee's always had good wide receivers in the history of having all right quarterbacks. Peyton Manning's being the best, but schools provide certain positions. Alabama running back. So
Penn State linebackers. So
just wherever you're going to go, I guess that's what you're going to play.
Who's after Humphries?
I actually got the Jalen Collins from LSU. Are they brothers?
I don't know. He's a cornerback.
Yeah, he's a corner, so one's of course going to be smaller than the other. But I couldn't find anything on this kid of what he's done to make him be in the first round. But they got him rated 27th overall to go into Dallas. I heard Dallas was going to try to move up, so I don't see that being there. Dallas could move up or trade that pick so they can try to get AP, because the Vikings even said they didn't want to trade him. But if enough there, that's something. But the last guy is from Mississippi State, inside linebacker, McKinney. I wouldn't know how to pronounce that name. Bernardrick
McKinney.
They got him in the second round. So
and we skipped over Landon Collins.
Strong
safety
Collins,
from Alabama. That's surprising to me because at first, when you talked about the NFL draft, and the NFL draft is coming up this Thursday.
He was supposed to be in the top 15.
Exactly. So I don't know if he fell out because of the combines, not maybe a good work ethic, or maybe he didn't prepare, or maybe he didn't perform as well as they thought that he should. But he's somewhere now down at the end of round 1, and he may not be picked at the end of round 1, and then again, he may. Yeah. You never can tell.
Just to stay on the draft I know the Shane Ray is not going to be there because of his instance, but 2 other people that's not supposedly going to be there at the draft is both quarterbacks that's supposed to go high. I mean, if you're going to go 1 and 2 or be in the top 5, you need to be there.
I don't know. I kind of like Jameis Winston, for example. He's been in the situations where he's been in the media way too much, all for a lot of bad things. Marcus Mariota, on the other hand, you haven't heard anything bad about him. He's been flying low under the radar all season. The only thing that you hear about is how he performs on the field. But he has chosen to stay in Hawaii with his family as well. And Jameis Winston also has chosen to stay with his family also on draft night. To me, I agree with you. I think they should be there, my personal opinion. But at the same time, this is a chance. It only happens one time.
It does.
It only happens one time. It's like winning the Heisman. Both Marcus Mariota, both Jameis Winston, both has won the Heisman. It's only a one-time deal. So they have chosen to stay home with their families. And I heard Jameis Winston was going to be eating crab legs. I'm just saying.
Oh, goodness. I don't see. I see Jameis Winston going first, of course, to Tampa Bay, but I do not see Marcus Mariota going to Tennessee.
You don't think so?
No.
And Tennessee has the next
and they
pick,
want,
right?
But they want James Winston.
Jameis Winston?
I mean, Tennessee's kind of verbally said that, hey, we got more interest in James Winston than Mariota, but I just don't see him going anyway.
Thank you for Just Sports. You on the air?
Thank you, fellas. This is Big Earl from Jacksboro. How y'all doing tonight?
Buddy, I'm doing fantastic. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful, man. It's been a long time to talk to you guys. How y'all doing?
Good. I got Matt Bowens here with me. Brent has took some time off, and my boy Colby, he's took some time off, so it's just me and Matt.
No, it ain't Matt left. It's Mel Copper's forgotten twins.
I give you that.
I didn't know Mel Copper had twins in the fall in Tennessee of all states. I tell you what, boys, I'd rather listen to you all than listen to ESPN go on and on and on and on about the draft.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, brother.
They're wearing me out on draft day. They had a mock draft in the middle of the day yesterday. Did they run out of sports to talk about? I mean, I know they can't play baseball in Baltimore, but it's crazy, fellas. Find something else to talk about. I think they're playing cricket in India or something. They talk about that.
Yeah, I agree.
They're killing me. They're killing me. I tell you what, man, I'm loving what y'all are talking about. I missed the first half hour, so I didn't get to hear any Tennessee football. But I did get to go to the orange and white game. You know, Big Earl loves the orange and white game. You know why?
Why?
There are enough empty seats for Big Earl to sit. The orange and white game.
That's true.
But Big Earl's a little wide, so you know I take up about 5 seats, and that's hard to go to a regular football game. I said Big Earl can't afford 5 seats just for himself.
Right.
You know, Doug Dickey, you know, he really hurt me when he squished all those seats together about 20 years ago to get some more people in there. I think Earl can't go to games no more.
Wow. That's a shame. Hey, there were 63,000 folks, and I meant to mention this earlier, but there were 63,000 folks or 66,000 folks at the orange and white game, and you were one of them.
I was one of them. I tell you what, if the weather people hadn't have predicted Armageddon shattered, and I think that it had probably another 20,000 people there. I talked to a lot of people who didn't come. They were predicting 60-mile-an-hour winds, hail, rain, and I got a sunburn.
Yeah.
It turned out to be a really nice day.
Yeah, it was predicted tornado watch and everything.
I'm carrying ponchos and umbrellas and all this stuff. And the one thing I didn't carry, sunscreen.
There's one thing about it, Big Earl. I've got to say this, but you're going to have to admit this is going to be one up you. I can't believe you carrying a poncho, because if it is, it's got to be the size of a king bed sheet.
I've got my own custom poncho made. I single-handedly saved the poncho business, but just making my one single poncho.
I can imagine. I'd say it's.
Well, I tell you what, I hate to tell you, so I'm the big old kind of tell a fib on that. You know, it wasn't a poncho; it was a tent. I hate to say it, but you know, I got to be honest about it. You know, thank goodness Walmart's got extra large seats, and they work out great for ponchos for Big Earl.
I wished I would have knew you was going to the orange and white game. I would have loved to try to come over there and met up with you and watch the game with you, but it's It's done gone, Big Earl.
Yeah, we need to do that. Maybe next year for the Argentine game, we'll hook up and sit down and watch, and we can discuss all the finer points of watching what really truly is pretty much a meaningless ball game. It's always fun to go to see. You know, back when my dad was alive, he played. He's a high school coach for 38 years, and I always loved going to the Friends of White game with my dad because he never watched the football. He'd always watch everything else. You know, and I'm just no fan. You know, I'm watching the football, I'm watching where they're throwing it, where they're running it, and my dad be like, you know, that offensive lineman's doing a pretty good job of holding off that nose tackle. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Dad? That offensive lineman ain't got the ball. What are you watching him for? But he knew how to watch a game and knew how to watch players and watch people. And I remember him telling me, he said, Tony Robinson, be watching Orange White. He said, Tony Robinson's going to be a player. And he played awful in the Orange and White game. I said, what are you talking about? Just trust me. He's got command of the offense. You can tell how he's running the offense. He's going to be a good player. I didn't think he was going to make it, and he played great. And Tony Robinson can still sling it, man. What is he, 50?
Yeah, probably. He's probably pretty close.
50 years old, and he looks like he can still play. He's won the MVP twice of that Ball for Life game. I was pretty impressed. Last year I'd have probably stood him up over a couple of the quarterbacks that played last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, with those, I just want to let you know I'm enjoying the coverage. I'm enjoying listening y'all talk about the SEC and about the NFL draft. You know, I have to admit I don't watch it too much. I know one thing y'all were talking about. I heard before I called was you were talking about the top 2 players not going to be at the draft. There's some big thing about the fact that they're having it in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's the reason why some of these guys aren't going.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the reason behind that is. Hey, Mel Kiper Jr. You're playing over there. What's going on with that?
I'm not sure. I didn't like it when they moved it from Chicago or moved it from New York to Chicago.
I said New York earlier.
Stay over there. Stay what is working for however many years they've had it. Don't move it.
Well, I tell you what.
I'll have to call McLean and find out.
I will say this: if I don't see any Jet fans up there acting like a bunch of idiots and all mad about their pick, regardless of who they pick, I'm probably not going to be too upset about it not being in New York. Those guys need to get a life.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something we're going to have to worry about now, though. We're going to have to worry about Chicago fans acting like a nut.
Well, that's true. We're trading one bunch of nuts for another.
Yeah.
I'd probably give you that. It's probably not going to be much better in Chicago. The only good thing is you only got one sports team in Chicago. You got 2 in New York. They're all a bunch of crazy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but them Chicago fans get even crazier.
Like I said, I enjoyed it as always. You know, I've tried to catch you guys as much as I can. I know it's been hard to catch. I know y'all aren't on as often as you'd like. Maybe as we get closer to football season, we'll crank it up every week. And Big Earl will be joining y'all and pontificating on the football that's coming up. Big Earl's excited. He's already got his prediction set for the season, but I'll hold off on that till the season gets closer. We can talk about it, but enjoyed it as always. Big Earl's dropped his knowledge. He's gone.
See, Big Earl.
Thank you.
You also, and talking about the NBA, talking about the NFL draft, Thursday night, of course, we'll be on Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Hopefully you can join me. It would be nice if
I think the draft starts at 8, so I can still catch a little bit of it.
Yeah, and I'll have it up here so we can check it out and talk about it as we roll through what we're going to be talking about Thursday night. And it is tough. It is tough this time of year to talk about different types of sports because there's not a whole lot going on. Yeah. I say there's not a whole lot going on. You're an NBA fan, are you not?
That I am.
I didn't know the NBA had basketball.
Oh my goodness, that's like saying
I'm a college basketball fan. How can I not be an NBA fan?
Exactly. That's like saying you watch college football but you don't watch NFL. Come on.
But let me ask you a question though, and this is a serious question. How can you go from a 1.5 steps in college and after that it's a walk? And you can take 3 steps in the NBA and it's not a walk. That's what I don't understand. Thank you for calling Just Sports. You on the air?
It's almost football. This time in Campbell County, boy. How you doing, Les?
Buddy, I'm doing fantastic, Cousin Ed. How are you doing, son?
I am doing great.
How's your hip?
it's healing, and I'm tickled to death. I started, well, I took my first steps last week, and I'll be up there in spring practice.
Are you going to be, let me ask you a question now, Ed. Now, this is just me and you talking, okay? Don't you think it's a little too early for you to be up there walking around, or are you going to be in some kind of motorized wheelchair?
I may just come up there and watch them practice and, make sure that my hip is healed.
Right.
For the falls.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Who dropped out of our district and who is in our district this year?
Okay. If you'll give me just a second, buddy, I will tell you in just 1 second. If you'll give me just a second, I'll tell you. I promise.
Because
I know Oak Ridge ain't.
I know our schedule's changed. And,
or AC one.
Anderson County's not in our district.
Yeah.
Let me pull up some rest of them real quick. I've got so much stuff on my. I got so much stuff on my little tablet. I'm running out of space.
And I heard two of my boys. One's going to Carson Newman, and one's going to Morehead State.
Correct.
And but no, I'm doing great. I'm gonna let this heal up. This healing process.
Good. I'm glad you are.
But whether it's football, basketball, track. How's the track team doing this year? Do you know?
I do not know. Ed, I'm sorry. I do not know.
Because I know the first day of practice when I was in high school, Coach Faulkner ran us, and it felt like that we've been running. He ran us to death, and they was in shape by the time the first meet, and didn't know how the middle schools or the high schools are doing.
Yeah, that's something I don't know, and I'm sorry, but I do not know that information.
And one quick question, and I'll hang up the next thing. Your comments. Listen, I watched the spring game Saturday, and they said last night that Butch Jones was concerned about if Dobbs goes down, who's going to step in and be the number 2 quarterback.
Quentin.
Go ahead.
I think Quentin Dormady will be.
He looked good Saturday.
Yeah, he will be one of those that absolutely will be a. He's solidifying the fact that he will be the second team quarterback for the Tennessee Volunteers as Quentin Dormady.
Did he remind you of a Heath Schooner or Peyton Manning?
You know what? I didn't get to see a whole lot of it. Actually, I didn't see any of it, to be honest with you.
And that's the first time that I got to watch a spring game because it was on the SEC network.
Well, see, I didn't get to see it.
But go Vols and go Cougars, and
I'm getting you the information right now, and I'll let you know just as soon as I can. Okay.
Alrighty, and come out, Cougar fans, to the spring game this May, and support your Campbell County Cougars in any way you can. See you, fellas.
See you later, Ed. It looks like that Gibbs will be in there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's showing 8 games we play. We actually play 10. So let me see if I can find our complete schedule for Campbell County. And I'm struggling tonight, just to be perfectly honest with you. I do know that for Campbell County, they're oh Lord, I don't know right off the top of my head. I do know that I'm trying to find the schedule for 2015 real quick. Here we go. We play Gibbs. Gibbs is in our district. We play at Knox Central, Lenoir City. We play at home at Grace Christian in Knoxville. We play at Clinton. Cott County, at Farragut, Bell County, Carnes, and Oak Ridge. That's who we play. Now, to find out exactly what teams are in our district, I would say all of them's got an R beside of it.
I would say so.
There's Oak Ridge, Carnes, Farragut, Clinton, and Lenoir City. Looks like to me. I could be wrong. But they changed it up. They changed it up from last year to this year.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, just to be honest with you.
I see that Grace Christian is going to be my VLT.
Yep.
That's going to be huge.
We also will have it on TV as well.
Yeah.
And the internet also.
Well, I usually watch it on WLF. Anyway, yeah. But I don't get to go to the games.
You're normally there.
I'm normally there. All right. Well, I don't get to go to the away games.
We got 5 minutes.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I talked too much.
No. We got 5 minutes. Tell me briefly, or in a short story, as far as the NBA playoffs. What have you got? Is Cleveland going to do anything besides this?
I don't think they will now. I think this next round, it still ain't decided yet.
Who's the 2 teams that's
Wizards, Raptors, Bucks, and Bulls. I guess whoever the higher seed is would play them, because the Hawks still tied 2-2 with the Nets.
And you would think that the Atlanta Hawks would have walked right through that, because the Atlanta Hawks has the best record in NBA.
They have the best record in the East. The Warriors have the best record in the NBA.
The Warriors, the Golden State Warriors?
Yes. Yeah.
Really? At one time, the Atlanta Hawks had the best record. So apparently they've lost that. But still, yet, you would have thought that the Atlanta Hawks would have walked right over the New Jersey Nets, right? Or Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Is that who that's the Brooklyn Nets now? Okay.
But I don't see the Cavs making it past any team, because Kevin Love's out. J.R. Smith's out for 2 games. So I think it's going to be a mix-up right there, and the Cavs are out next round.
Okay. And who else? Who would you like to see in the championship?
In the finals?
Yep, in the finals.
I'd like to see Golden State and maybe the Bulls.
Are you a Chicago fan?
I like Derrick Rose. I'm not just a Chicago fan, but I do like Derrick Rose. My team's not even in the playoffs, so.
Who's your team?
I'm a Lakers fan.
Really?
Yeah. Kobe.
Well, Kobe's old. Kobe's an old head like me.
I mean, we're going to disagree on this.
Okay, tell me.
Kobe's the best player that ever played the game.
Seriously, you really think that? I mean, I'm being serious.
I'm serious.
If you was not a Lakers,
Kobe Bryant is 1-1. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is 1-1.
See, I would think Michael Jordan, and as me
it came out of Michael Jordan's mouth.
Oh, really?
Kobe Bryant is better than what Michael Jordan was. That's what Michael Jordan said. He said Kobe's better than I was. So I take it as I see it.
Wow.
Or as I hear it.
Most people would probably disagree with that.
I'd say 100% might disagree. So
I would disagree with that. But still, yeah, it's one of those situations to where we can talk more about it Thursday night on the NBA. We'll talk more about NBA, so save your stuff.
So I'm sure it'll change by then.
Well, you'll have
right.
Yeah, we'll have some more stuff to talk about. Hopefully, we'll have a full hour show for you Thursday night. Anyway, for our executive producer, which is right through there, Miss Honeybee, my name is Les Martin.
Matt Bowens.
And we'll see you Thursday night at 9 o'clock. And thank you for tuning in. And you've been watching Just Sports on WLAS Sports Network.
Listen up, Cougar fans, wherever you are. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette next to Big Creek is the place to go for all things Cougar. T-shirts, caps, jackets, and much more. If it's Cougars, it's at Birch Screen Printing. 423-562-3044. Need T-shirts or caps or polos for your business, special event, or church function? Birch is the business to call. Lettering, screen printing, and especially for all things Cougar. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my